The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and thanks for joining us for this Saturday's news. I'm Michael Tamtipais. In this edition, fuel importers not receiving fuel subsidies, Moresby slams bureaucratic inaction, and Lahanis player debuts for Hunters. Papua New Guinea is currently experiencing a fuel shortage as fuel stations across the country, especially in NCD, close their doors. This morning in Port Moresby, long queues were seen at a few service stations that were saving the remaining of what they had left from the April patches. Vehicles queued up to patches before these stations also closed.
This morning was a chaos. Fuel shortage hit consumers across the country. In the country's capital, Port Moresby, long queues were seen at several service stations as public motor vehicles, including buses and taxis, along with private vehicle owners, rushed to purchase the limited fuel supplies available.
People service providers depend on fuel supply consistently. One day on or one day off. All people that sell and risk what me looking at 4 to 3, 4 days we can survive. But for the whole city to survive, me one blouse me driver me no feeling scared of whether me got fuel or running. All service will provide him transport or not. Me.
Some motorists claim they spent hours waiting in line, while others were forced to move from one service station to another after outlets reportedly ran out of fuel. The shortage has begun affecting public transportation services, with some PMV operators reducing trips due to limited fuel access.
The fuel them go, money them go one side or shut him down. Suppose shut him down, we blow shut him down taxi service, we blow shut him down bus service. Now, suppose limited fuel supply. And still, we blow add the fuel, so we blow increasing bus fare. Now, the government buy still come back and buy engage the police come and buy the we blow offset or man we play the soul on Basandi.
So, this la bus service was and plan the all company line all government institution work line bus service VMM lows, taxi and all Narlam so one up like so. We plus a running bus inside Lomos PM. This la fuel crisis make him na mibla bungin big levy. So mibla like him government blow this la Moresby government mas sort him out this levy na Monday by go same mosem fuel mas normal na you mas round normal mosem before you round and now mibla last now all round ya mosem all such big play na Monday go same school time so all man by pilimat lig na.
Concerns are also growing among residents and businesses who rely heavily on transportation for daily operations, as they question why there is a shortage despite the government's fuel subsidy scheme. Authorities including Independent Consumer and Competition Commission and fuel suppliers are yet to provide detailed explanations on the cause of the shortage and when normal fuel supply is expected to resume. Jasmine Rajak, TVWAN News.
The fuel issues being faced across the country starting yesterday has nothing to do with supply. Representing the industry, PNG Chamber of Resources and Energy says the issue is with the fuel subsidy scheme. There's been delays in reimbursing fuel importers even though they carry the subsidy cost in advance. Therefore, importers have opted to transition to market-based pricing.
Since the announcement of a fuel increase by the Independent Consumer Competition Commission in April, the government intervened with the announcement of a fuel relief package of 1 billion kina to subsidize the cost back to the March levels. And this came into effect a week after the announcement, and consumers have been enjoying these levels for the last 2 months. However, everyone was caught off guard when they turned up at the fuel pumps yesterday, only to be told either they had no fuel or they were increasing their prices. Interestingly, the PNG Chamber of Resource and Energy, representing the fuel importers, had communicated with relevant authorities on Thursday about the ongoing delay in receiving the fuel subsidies and had made the industry's intention known to return to the market-based pricing, something the consumers were not aware of. PNG Co, in a statement following this letter, said, while the industry recognizes the government's efforts to protect the people of Papua New Guinea from the effects of rising global fuel prices driven by ongoing geopolitical tensions and international supply disruptions through the fuel subsidy program, it says the administration of the subsidy program has, however, presented challenges, including delays in reimbursement and some uncertainty regarding its ongoing implementation. It further stated that industry participants had carried the subsidy costs in advance, and the timing of reimbursement is causing uncertainty around supply arrangements. It therefore stated that the fuel importers and suppliers have no alternative but to move to market-based pricing in line with the May import parity price and applicable product premiums effective yesterday, 15th May 2026. PNG Co also acknowledged that this will affect the ability of retail outlets and service stations to maintain continuous fuel supply. The industry has reaffirmed that this is not a supply availability issue. However, continuing to supply fuel below cost without timely reimbursement and certainty has placed pressure on suppliers and is creating unacceptable risks to ongoing fuel security. This decision, it said, reflects the industry's efforts to support the ongoing reliability of fuel supply across PNG while maintaining the financial viability of industry participants. Fuel importation involves significant upfront financial commitments, including foreign exchange requirements secured months in advance. Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
As many fuel stations around Port Moresby shut their doors and their taps run dry, Prime Minister James Marape has ordered immediate action to resolve delays in fuel subsidy payments, warning that bureaucratic inefficiency will not be tolerated. Speaking this morning, the Prime Minister revealed that 576 million kina remains in a central bank trust account designated for fuel subsidy, while 246 million kina has already been paid to importers.
The Prime Minister confirmed that the government had released enough funding as promised to subsidize fuel costs following the announcement of an increase in April. And waking up to the news of service stations being closed because suppliers have increased the fuel price to the market-based pricing, citing reasons of them not receiving the subsidies on time, Prime Minister in a statement outlined the monies that have been released so far to the central bank. He said 576 million kina was sitting in the central bank trust account right now, while 246 million kina has already been paid, and blamed the inefficiency on the part of the bureaucrats, which include Treasury, Finance, ICCC and Central Bank. Marape said he is investigating why payments have not been processed to address the disruption and warned that officials failing to act could face dismissal. He said the government had done its part by creating a public policy space through a 1 billion kina facility. He said he will now find out why these funds have not been moved out. He confirmed that relevant officers have been directed to attend to this and expects the matter to be resolved today. He appealed to the public for patience while authorities restore normal operations, reaffirming the government's commitment to maintaining stable fuel prices and ensuring uninterrupted supply through coordinated action across all agencies. Ruth Rongola, TVWAN News.
Meantime, in some good news, just in, a high-level emergency meeting was convened today with major fuel importers alongside Prime Minister James Marape and Treasurer Ian Links-Taki. The meeting resulted in an agreement to supply and distribute fuel to all service stations and stakeholders at the subsidized April fuel price. While no official statement has been received from either the Prime Minister's office or ICCC, NCD Governor Powers Pakop, on his FB page, announced this and said tankers will immediately start supplying the service station and other outlets now, expressing hope that fuel problems experienced late yesterday and today will be solved by the end of today. This assurance follows confirmation from Prime Minister Marape and Treasurer Links Taki, in consultation with the Governor of the Central Bank, that the second tranche of the fuel subsidy will be released before close of business on Monday, 19th May 2026. You're watching TV1 News. We'll be back with more stories after this break.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSB's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSB's One Talk Wallet. PSB's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso irresistible fragrance.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Welcome back. K92 Mining Limited announced its 2026 first quarter results on Tuesday, declaring another healthy performance for the opening quarter. Mining Minister Solen Loifa paid a visit to the mine following the announcement and was given a detailed tour of the mine.
Mining Minister Solen Loifa was hosted at the K92 mine this week, his first visit there in his capacity as the new minister. The delegation was formally welcomed by K92's executive leadership team, followed by a detailed presentation from Chief Executive Officer John Lewins, outlining the company's operational performance, development progress, and growth strategy.
From 2018, when we produced about 47,000 ounces of gold for the year, to the first quarter this year when we produced 47,000 ounces of gold equivalent. So it gives you some idea that over that period we've increased our production fourfold. The last 18 months, 2 years, have been exceptionally transformational in the context of what we've been doing on site, the investment that we've made on site. I think we're now by mid-year we'll be at about 2 billion kina that we've put into the project in capital.
Lewins also revealed that K92 is now debt-free and is ready to move into the next phase, and that is to start paying dividends to the holding company. He expressed how this will add more revenue to the country. The visit featured a comprehensive program designed to provide first-hand insight into K92's operations, including a helicopter tour of the exploration projects, as well as key infrastructure such as the existing and proposed new tailings storage facilities, camp, roads and mine service infrastructure facilities. The minister and delegation were escorted on an underground tour, observing key production zones, ventilation systems and critical mining infrastructure. This was complemented by a guided walkthrough of service processing facilities, including the mills, flotation circuits, tailings filtration plant, and main power station, showcasing K92's integrated mining and processing operations. Mining Minister Solen Loifa commended K92 for contributing in a big way to the government coffers, despite operating as a small mine, and appreciated the investment by the developer.
Most times, while sitting in the office, we don't appreciate what happens out there under the ground, maybe some 100 feet down. We don't appreciate those, but while visiting, I appreciate the work that your employees do out there under the ground, and the contribution that they make, enormous contribution, in order for you to give those dividends to the government or the tax to the government. They work out there.
The minister also acknowledged K92's achievements, including its milestone of becoming a debt-free operation, describing the company as a strong example of progress and innovation in the country's mining sector. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
They say the third time is a charm. For one young Papua New Guinea woman, it was the key to unlocking a lifelong dream. Waverly Segenau is one of the 94 new lawyers sworn into the bar recently at the Waigani National Court. But her journey to the courtroom required years of determination.
It was a historic day at the Waigani National Court last Monday. A sea of black gowns and white collars filled the room as Chief Justice Sir Gibbs Salika presided over one of the largest cohorts of new legal practitioners in the country.
I graduated from UPNG in 2023. For us law students especially, you have to graduate from UPNG, get your law degree, and then to be an actual lawyer, you have to do 1 year of practical training at the Legal Training Institute.
After graduating from the University of Papua New Guinea in 2023, Waverly hit a major roadblock. She missed the GPA requirement twice for the highly competitive Legal Training Institute.
So to get into Legal Training Institute, because it's a small school, it's very competitive. And at that time where I graduated, I did not meet the GPA requirement for entry at that time. So I stayed out for a month, and I was privileged to get a job with one of the best local firms in PNG, Nomani and Associates. The principal, Mr. Nomani, supported me throughout my journey in the last 2 years, which I've been applying to LTI. The first year I tried, I was unsuccessful, and then the second time I applied, I was also unsuccessful, and then the third round I applied and my application was successful. So yeah, 10 times a charm, I guess.
During those 2 years of waiting, Waverly didn't give up. She found a mentor in local principal lawyer, Mr. Nomani of Nomani and Associates, who supported her throughout her journey.
I remember back when I was in grade 12, they asked me what I wanted to do, and I knew at the time that my answer was definite. I wanted to be a lawyer. And even though my journey was, it wasn't that traditional, like, you know, you come out of uni and you go into LTI. I had to work harder for it, and I think I appreciate it more because of that. So yeah, I'm very, very happy for this achievement, not only for me, but for my family, my friends and my sisters, and yeah, just my community as a whole. So yeah, that's how I feel right now. Thank you.
Segenau has 2 older siblings and is the youngest in the family. She is also the first lawyer in her family. Jasmine Rojak, TV1 News.
Amazing Port Moresby Community Day, hosted by the National Capital District, is open to the public at the CIU Betmari Stadium. Gates were opened this morning with live performances and entertainment by Motu Pacifica Band, SME stalls set up with food, beverages, merry blouses, and other items to purchase.
Many are expected to turn up tonight for the main event and celebrate regional unity, cultural diversity, and Papua New Guinea's Pacific identity as part of the nationwide 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations. Pre-entertainment is expected as well, and performances from DJ COVID, G-Force Crew, JPC Dance Crew, and more. The event will then ease into the official program this evening with keynote addresses from NCD Governor Poes Pakop and City Manager Ravu Frank. Main performances from one squad, performances from neighboring countries like Samoa, Fiji, Tonga, Solomon Islands, West Papua and Cook Islands, and local singers Mariani Masani, Rui Gyal, Kronos, and more. Guest artist Shazi will also be performing tonight. Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
Sport is up next. Stay tuned for more details.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Kids in Papua New Guinea love to smile and spread joy. And when they smile, it lights up our world. Come on, Mom, it's you first. Do the 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Brush your teeth. Smile. Let's spread some smiles in PNG with Colgate.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No-Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Welcome back. In sports, PNG Hunters youngster Hercules Kondo is set to realize a childhood dream when he makes his debut for Odd Plus Cup debut tomorrow against the South Logan Magpies in round 10 of the competition at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby.
An outside back who was named on the wing in the Hunters' final 17. He becomes Hunter 149 and becomes one of the players to debut for the PNG franchise this season. Kondo's selection comes after consistent performances in the Digital ExxonMobil Cup competition. He comes in for Douglas David, who is nursing minor knee injury. Before ending his call-up to the Hunters team for a round 10 clash, Kondo had featured strongly for the Bintangu Goroka Lahanis in recent matches and showed enough form to find his way into the Hunters starting 17. Kondo will line up alongside fellow winger Carlos Lung as the Hunters look to deliver a strong performance in front of home crowd. Tomorrow's clash will mark a major milestone in the young wingers' rugby league career. The Hunters have struggled for consistency in the opening 2 months of the Host Plus Cup season and are under pressure to improve their results if they are to remain in the contention for a finals appearance. With home support behind them, the PNG franchise will be hoping the inclusion of fresh young talents such as Kondo can help spark a turnaround in form and keep their finals hopes alive. The Eastern Highlands product is a graduate of the National Youth Rugby League competition and has previously represented the PNG Junior Kumuls, where he impressed selectors with his speed and finishing ability. Rex Litter, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG Chiefs will have a team comprising mostly of PNG local players in 10 years' time. PNG Chiefs General Manager Michael Thomas made this comment when responding to questions about recruitment of players and development posed to him during the Kevin Walters Inside Ball podcast. The PNG Chiefs General Manager is adamant that PNG players will dominate the roster for Chiefs, much like New Zealand Warriors, when the tax-free money expires.
Pathways so that this team doesn't rely on the tax-free incentives to continue to sustain itself. It's got to be predominantly Papua New Guinean. Will it be there day one? No, it won't be. We'll have a strong flavour, strong representation of Papua New Guineans. We've done that with Alex Johnston, but we also want PNG-born players coming through and know that they can achieve greatness in PNG. They don't have to leave the country.
And now the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain, with potential to cause flooding over western, Gulf Oro and Milan Bay. Moresby, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain with potential to cause flooding over parts of the region. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain with potential to cause flooding over East and West New Britain and Bougainville Islands, scattered morning fog, then scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of heavy rain and potential to cause flash or riverine flooding over the region. And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for your company. You have a safe weekend. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by